Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine you're planning that big destination wedding.
Somewhere amazing, yeah.
Or maybe you're actually moving, abroad.
Big life changes.
Exactly. And then you sort of hit this bureaucratic snag. You need your official documents, like your marriage certificate, recognized over there.
Right.
And that often means getting something called an apostille. It sounds a bit complex.
It can seem that way. Yeah. Basically, think of an apostille as like an official validation sticker or attachment.
Okay.
It's added by someone official, like the Secretary of State's office here. And its whole purpose, really, especially for countries in the Hague Apostille Convention.
Right, I've heard of that.
Is to prove your document is legit. So it's accepted internationally without needing, say, extra stamps from the embassy of where you're going.
So it cuts through some red tape. Because doing it yourself, that can mean figuring out state offices, mailing things, waiting.
Oh, absolutely. The standard path involves finding the right office in the state the document came from. Then, yeah, the mailing, the tracking, processing times can really vary. It can feel a bit like guesswork sometimes.
Which I suppose leads us right into our source material for this deep dive.
It does.
We're looking at an excerpt about getting a marriage certificate apostilled, specifically using a service called Apostille Depot.
Yes. And their main point, the big claim in this source, is that using them makes this whole thing way easier.
Easier how?
Well, they literally say it has never been easier. They call it simple and fast.
Okay, strong words.
Yeah, promising a seamless, worry-free apostille process. It directly addresses that potential headache we were just talking about.
Right, positioning themselves as the solution.
Yeah.
The source gives it a bit of background on them, too, on Apostille Depot. Says they've been around over a decade.
Over 10 years. And that their team has decades of experience combined.
Suggesting they know the ropes, presumably.
That's likely the implication, yeah. That they know how to handle the different state rules efficiently. And the source gets practical, too. It gives an address.
Oh, yeah. Where?
1215 Main Street in Tewksbury. So, a physical place, which might be good for local people.
But what if your certificate is from, California?
Well, that's key. They also state they have nationwide reach, meaning they can help regardless of which U.S. state issued the document.
So, local touch but national service. And the source confirms they specifically do marriage certificates.
Explicitly, yes. Marriage certificates are mentioned, and also that they offer expedited processing.
Useful if you're in a rush. People often are with weddings or moves.
Definitely. And then there's cost. Always a big question.
Always. What is the?
The source mentions affordable and transparent rates, and it gives a starting figure just under $150.
Under $150, okay. And does that include everything?
It says including government fees. So that provides a pretty clear baseline for people comparing options.
That's helpful, having a concrete number. And if someone wants to, actually contact them.
Yep, got that too. The source provides a phone number, 978-424-4629.
Okay.
And a website, apostilledepot.com.
Right. So putting it all together, this source is basically saying Apostille Depot offers a way around the potential hassle of the normal apostille route.
Exactly. By using their supposed expertise and streamlined system, they give those specifics, the cost, the contact info, as sort of evidence of how straightforward they aim to be.
So to recap, based just on this source, if you need that marriage certificate apostille for overseas use, Apostille Depot claims to make it simple and fast. They're in Tewksbury but serve nationwide, start under $150 including fees, and you can call or visit their website.
That's the gist of it, yes. The source presents them as the easy button for what can otherwise feel like a complicated government procedure, giving those tangible details like the price point to back it up.
Okay. So here's something to think about, a final thought for you listening. When you consider all the planning, all the logistics that go into huge international life events, like getting married in another country or moving your whole life, how does knowing services claim to simplify really key steps, like getting your document officially authenticated, change how you might approach planning those massive moments? Does it make it feel less daunting?